Philippines Communist Party, PKP 1930.
Dear comrade, today the world is facing its greatest danger. The threat of imperialist global nuclear war and the end of civilization. It is regression. Never it did happen to mankind. Never did it face its greatest menace that civilization marched towards progress and prosperity is now at its juncture. Move towards continuity or halts and face its greatest obstacle within the system of its material existence. Lenin defined imperialism as the highest stage of capitalism, a social and economic order bound to its decaying and moribund stages, characterized by monopoly production, financial oligarchy, political and economic division, by war, colonial and neo-colonial conquest to control the vast material resources of the world. It is a social order facing transition to new and more responsive social order, which is socialism. This is the volatile and predictable globalized world we are facing today. There is no doubt that the imperial crisis are its decaying stage. Its material basis as a social system is decaying and is characterized by the decaying social order wherein the parasitic few are living in luxury and extravagant while others are living in a shanty without the necessities such as water, food, basic health system, and other. Recession is now hunting the old imperial Europe and the United States. The old system of parasitism and exploitation of the vast continent of Africa, in Latin America and in Asia is collapsing. A nation are rising to untie this economic, political, and social order imposed by the century of old imperial dominance. New multi-world order from the womb of the old and decaying capitalism. It is the law of nature that dying and moribund organism will utilize and master its all forces to prevent its demise, to resuscitate itself, to prolong its system of exploitation and dominance. And this effort, the rise of fascism as aggressive evolution of capitalist order. It is the most reactionary, terroristic, and chauvinistic form of governance and policies. It emasculates oppressive governance against its people and subject. It destroys democratic institutions and ideas. It destroys whatever form of dissent and consciousness by people, specifically of the working class. It prevents the progressive growth of system that will cause its downfall. It is ready and adopts oppressive measures which are aggressive, cruel, and dictatorial, purposely to preserve and support the system which they are dominant circle. Today, it is globally manifested in its economic sanction and blockade against Cuba, against China, North Korea, in Russia, Iran, Nicaragua, Brazil, and India. The world will never forget the destruction and suffering it has caused to millions of civilians in Libya, Yemen, Afghanistan, Syria, and Iraq. In Venezuela, where the threat of direct invasion by the U.S. Embassy, USA looms under the pretext of combating drugs are but a mere facade to hide its true intention of taking its vast oil reserve and prevent the country from claiming its newfound liberty and charge its own destiny. The U.S. globalist cohort caused the genocidal raid attack by the Zionist proxy regime of Israel against the people of Palestine. It causes spaces war in Ukraine with an aim of regime change in Russia. It is provoking and destabilizing the Indo-Pacific region. USA, being leader of the fascist world, want to weaken and destabilize Europe and Asia, purposely to prolong its global economic and political hegemony. As a weakened and inflated Europe and Asia will bolster its global economic hegemony. Wars, they believe that it can achieve by conducting proxy war in Asia, pitting our country, the Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, and South Korea against China and North Korea. The USA have successfully achieved this Europe by recent proxy war in Ukraine, wherein Ukraine acted as its proxy warrior and NATO as its supporter. Consequently, NATO economy is collapsing. It regresses from pre-conflict period until today, where there is an ongoing recession in Germany, in France, in Italy, and in Great Britain. The trade and financial sanctions have backfired, and instead of crippled and weakened Russia, a new Russia emerged financially, politically, and materially. It progresses rather than regress. It is failure in the conflict, and regime change is now haunting the fascist leader of Europe. Europe, which was once the center of globalized and socially regressive towards anarchy and social chaos. Their century-old and governance is now confronted by the people. Their social idea of governance and consciousness is now challenged, and the need for change is now the call of its people. This is not only in Europe, it is also happening now at the center of the imperialist empire. Financially and economically, it is ruined, and so its social order causing the federal state to utilize fascist tactic and militarization of its member to quell the social unrest. In Asia, specifically in the Far East, and particularly in our country, Philippines, the clamor for an overhaul of the corrupt government is now hunting right within the present government. The collusion between politician and oligarchy, which is bleeding both the government and the people, is causing dissent. The member of the ruling neo-colonial puppet is now blaming each other. Who is the culprit? Who benefit from the construction oligarch? Who are the corrupt? Each is seeking to oust itself from the quagmire of their misdeed and corruption. And the people are peacefully challenging the order. The dollar-dependent economy is now on the deficit, and continued peso devaluation against the dollar is causing much to the national treasury. It cannot sustain the social health, shelter, and other programs of the government. Besides, this problem is our government adventurous action regarding our country's claim on the sea, China and its impending implication to global peace and order. The commitment of the puppet government aligning its economic and military towards imperialist USA and NATO. What if China will be provoked? Though we believe that China will not cause an action that will heighten and will escalate the tensions. And it was staged by stated by Chinese President Xi Jinping in his address during 18th anniversary that China is after peace and cooperation. But if it will be provoked, we will suffer the same fate as the Ukrainians that are suffering today because we are the immediate battleground. History teaches us that imperialism needs war, especially when it is in period of unsurmountable economic depression, of what was waged by Germany in 1914, and the same was repeated in 1936. by militarist Japan and by fascist Germany in 1939. The economies are facing recession and both are suffering political and social collapse. We need not to elaborate the said event as we believe that each other one is familiar and therefore our only recourse is peace and no to war. This is timely and urgently needed. It will be our global campaign and battle cry, peace and no to war, peaceful mutual resolution of conflict. But our campaign is not only universal, it must incorporate our national aspiration. This is our greater and wider task, to resolve on national economic, political, and social problem which will specifically on the basis varied national objective realities. Thank you. No to imperialist fascist war, no to genocide in Palestine, no to fascist war in Ukraine, peace for Asia and Pacific region, support the struggle of the Venezuelan people against U.S. imperialism. Thank you.
Next speech is from